Hey everybody, 2025 fishing adventure has begun. Cold and windy this morning. It's like March the 20-something. I don't know what the date is. I think it's the 22nd. I could be wrong. But I've already been fishing several times this year, just didn't do any filming. Kind of had company, and I'm not sure how people feel about being videoed, so I just don't even mess with it. But have caught some good fish. I caught a monster crappie at the lake closest to my house here last week, I believe. Huge 15-inch one, and 1 pound 13 ounce, I believe. I mean, for me, that's a huge crappie. I know that crappie get way bigger than that, but in this area, that's a dandy. But I'm going to a lake today that, well, I've never crappie fished. I keep hearing that it's a nice crappie fishing lake. There's a bald eagle on a deer. I tell you, I see that all the time. It's the strangest thing. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm going to this lake. Never crappie fished before. Wind's about 15 miles per hour today, which sucks. Water temperature should be low 50s. We'll see when we get there. I'm just going to scout this lake out and see if I can find any crappie. I probably should have some bluegill readiness about me, but I don't. So I left my bluegill pole at the house, and I'd have to stop and get some worm. You know, this time of year, bluegill are getting pretty active, but they're sort of deep and they're hugging the bottom. It's the way I have to catch them is I'm not prepared for it that way. So anyway, hopefully we find some fish, and I'll see you when I get to the lake. Alright, she kicked right on. Well, it's cool, windy. The water is 52.5 degrees on the surface. I'm contemplating on where to start looking. I probably should work up this bank with the wind. I should probably start shallow and work my way out to try to find them, because they're probably going to be staged up right on, if you could find like the edge of a channel or something along those lines, maybe like right on the break, maybe some 8 to 10 foot structure. And I know I bass fished here last year, so I'm pretty familiar with the layout. I know there's some structure down here. I believe it was in about 15 feet of water. There's a lot of laydowns, and this bank's fairly steep, so I like to work into the wind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here to, I don't even know what you call that, the other side of this little cove there, and I'll start scanning this bank up this way. I think this bank fits my eye as far as finding a crappie goes. And if I can find anything, I'll get back with you. The wind's coming from this direction too, so I'll be nosing it. It's my best case scenario. It's cold. The fish are probably not super active. There's only one way to find out, and we're fixing to do it. So I'm gonna be breaking out them BTL lures, Buffalo Trace Lure Company. BTLures.com. Check it out. That's what I'll be using today, and every day for that matter. But let's see if we can get on some of these crappies. I'm using a little 5.5 foot medium light. It's sort of stiff for this kind of fishing, but I have to be careful. I found the killer deal on a reel I used to use when I was a kid. So I picked up one of them and slapped on it. 4 pound. mono. Deer running through there, coming down to get a drink. Let's go pay a little visit to this deer, see what's going on. This deer's gonna swim. Look at that. You kidding me? That deer just bailed in the lake. Look how fast. That deer's running from a coyote or something. Possessed by a demon. Where you going there, Miss Lady? Just out for a little swim. She's going faster than I am, I think. Man, I hope that deer doesn't have that CWD. Got headworms or something. Just going for a little swim. See you later. Don't see that all the time. Seen it many times, but not all the time. Okay, so I've got thought processes going on. In an effort to get out of the wind, I came over here. Then I started thinking, well, this time of year, maybe the fish want to go shallower to try to find a little bit warmer water. Water's at, I've got 51.5 degrees. That's not great, but it's good enough. But my thinking is we may get back in this shallow here. I'm gonna let the wind take me down this bank, and we may end up finding a lot of fish in the shallows. Pre-spawn, I caught some crappie here a week or two ago that had egg sacs just starting to form, so it could be that they're up shallow, and that is possibly sandy and rocky. I don't know. We'll see. Found a few fish right here. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get them to bite, or if I can even get down to them. Let's see if we can get one of them to thump it. Never know. Never know. We should try. Well, I found the tree. Gosh darn it. There's a stack of fish on it. Need to fix this lure real quick. I use these thin hooks here. They're really good at getting my jigs back, and that's really important. A guy can rack up a fortune in jigs fishing out of this brush. I was lucky enough to find a beaver lodge over here. I kind of got close to it. If there were any fish on it, I probably spooked them, but we'll give it a little time here. Maybe it'll settle down and I'll move back in there. if they were even there to begin with. Beaver Lodge is pretty hard for crappie to resist, especially this time of year. I'm in about, I don't know, 7 feet, 8 feet of water. I would think there would be crappie in that. And they may be just really tight to it too, so I'm kind of going to slip my way back over there. Real stealth-like, because crappie are spooky. This has by far been our best chance, if any. I had a bite trolling earlier. I think it was a bluegill. Just want to slide our way in here real slow. Trying to be as quiet as possible. This wind is making it. We choked it. You know, when that fish first hit, I actually thought it was a crappie. I sure did. He's gonna make me get the pliers out. He choked on it. Nice little bass though. Healthy. He's probably let
11 inches. It's pretty. Just look at that fish in the sun there. Pretty little bass. Watch him slip off. Well, I wasn't great, is it? Nice to catch a fish. I still want to believe there's crappie in there. Felt good to catch one. Oh.